From a huge continent island to a pale garden island, and from a witch hut in a crazy location to a 12-eye stronghold in a location close to spawn, today I have 15 new Minecraft seeds that I think you need to see. And who knows, maybe one of them will be the one you choose for your next forever world. Let's find out. I found this pretty great continent island seed here. I really like this one because it has a spawn village. It's a plains variant village that stretches into a savanna biome. Speaking of which, I'll just remind you that I play on Java Edition. Seeds on Java Edition and Bedrock Edition have the same terrain, but structure generation and locations are different. So just remember that Java Edition is the only version you'll find the structures I show in today's video. Across the island, I also found other structures like a desert temple and jungle temple, and there's a stronghold underground too. Plus, we get a decent selection of biomes, including but not limited to the savanna, cherry grove, desert, mangrove swamp, and jungle. So yeah, just lots to like about this one. If you're looking for a place for a nice cozy start in Minecraft, this seed could be perfect for you. We get this little elevated island as the spawn location, and it's surrounded by a river. There's a connecting river that leads into the island, which helps this area look awesome, and it eventually connects to the ocean too if you want to follow it out there. The island has a village on it, which is not only convenient, but I think it looks pretty cool on the side like this. The top here could be a nice place for a starter house, or you could reconstruct the village as a project. Having the different biomes like the cherry grove, forest, and mountains near spawn is just great, and to top it off, there's a double blacksmith village in the nearby meadow, with another blacksmith village near that too. There's really so much you could do with a seed like this. One of my favorite types of seeds to find is villages and shipwrecks on cliffsides. In general, structures alongside cliffs just look interesting, but having two of them together is just even better. I love seeing the shipwreck mixed in with the village like this. Sometimes when this happens, they look even cooler than floating shipwrecks. Aside from all this, the Mesa biome is really expansive. Maybe not the most convenient of places for a survival spawn, but those peaks nearby look incredible. Plus, the mini coral reef under the village is pretty great. And we can find an ancient city underneath spawn too. So altogether, not the easiest or most convenient of seeds for a survival start, but one that definitely looks really cool. This week for my channel members, I created a tutorial on how I find Cliffside Village and Shipwreck seeds. If you'd like to see my seed finding tutorials or get access to other members only content and perks, go ahead and click the join button to learn all about that. As always, thanks so much to all my channel members and to everyone for all the support shown to the channel. If you're looking for a 12-eye end portal, this Minecraft seed may be the one for you. The spawn is here in a forest biome, and nearby you can find a cherry grove, and there's a village pretty close to spawn too. Going southeast past the cherry grove, and with some interesting places along the way, you only need to travel about 1500 blocks to get to the jungle, where underground you can find the stronghold, and of course that includes the portal that you don't have to collect any eyes for. The stronghold also clashes with a mineshaft and spawner here, which is pretty cool too. And yeah, that's why, if you're looking for a 12-eye seed, this is a great option for you. This village mountain seed looks pretty awesome. I'm always looking for pointy, almost perfect looking mountains, and this one is pretty decent. It could be used as a nice backdrop to a build in the plains biome, but the village on the other side is definitely the standout of this seed for me. It just looks really cool climbing up the mountainside, plus it creates some pretty cool openings in the terrain, and you can see this opening here leads into a big cave with a farm at the bottom. Nearby in the cave, you can find a lava pool with a mine shaft above it, so this place is just easily accessible, which is pretty awesome. All around, from the mountain to the village to the cave, this is just a fantastic Minecraft seed. I found this seed that spawned you on this pretty cool Mesa cliff island. I love the look of the Mesa colors on the cliffside here, but the look of the desert cliffside looks pretty cool too, especially having the bits of lush cave mixed in. If you plan on actually living on the island, this one being a wooded badlands is pretty convenient, and if you plan on leaving the island, there's some Mesa mountains nearby and some pretty cool cliffs around too. So yeah, all around, definitely a pretty cool place to spawn into a new world. Snowy, wintry type Minecraft seeds tend to be the type of seeds I find least often, though I do really like the look of some tall ice spikes. This seed doesn't have the tallest ice spikes that I can find, but it does give you an example of how interesting they can look. Seeds with more windswept terrain can create more tall ice spikes, or taller terrain can create the ice spikes to generate higher up. But here, we just get this one section of tall windswept terrain with ice spikes climbing up the side of it. I like the look of the scattered blocks that make it look like it kind of froze in midair or something, and this one that just has one single line of blocks is kind of cool too. I also just want to mention that there's a plains village nearby, and seeing the ice spikes mixed in with it is pretty awesome. But yeah, I think I'll have to look for some tall ice spikes more often and see what I can really find. I found this mountain circle Caldera type seed here. Plenty of people find tons of these mountain circle seeds, so we've seen things like this before, but still, it's a pretty great place for a world spawn. The village in the middle here is nice. My favorite part is this house that generates underground in a cave, and we also get a few churches in the village, with 2 that happen to be mixed in with the flower forest biome. So yeah, nothing I haven't found before, but definitely a great seed nonetheless. I really like this seed that has a spawn on a pretty big island. The island is made up of a few different biomes, with the Pale Garden standing out the most, but we also get the dark forest, birch forest, stony shores, beach, and bamboo jungle. There's really just tons of space and blocks to use here. And to add to how great it is, there's also a mushroom island pretty close by that you can find too. So I'm always looking for Pale Garden Islands, and this is definitely among my favorites that I've found. Without a doubt, this is one of the craziest Minecraft mountain seeds I have ever discovered. I mean, just the general shape of the mountain or whatever looks pretty wild, but obviously the big cave openings on the side are what really stand out. Being able to see the dripstone there is just awesome. And when you go into the cave entrance, you'll realize there's just a huge dripstone cave here, which makes the mountain pretty much hollow. It goes all the way down to the deep dark, and you can even exit out on the opposite side with this opening. So yeah, just such an awesome mountain. This seed could be great to play on with a friend because you get 2 different river islands near spawn. This one here is the first one. The terrain kind of gets split, which looks interesting. And then this is the other island. It's got this ravine running through it. You and your friend could each choose one island to live on and see the differences in how you progress, or I'm sure there's somebody that has an interesting idea on how to use this for building in a single player world too. If you didn't know, every time I make a video like this one, I also create a blog. It has all the seeds and coordinates in one handy place for you. If you'd like to check it out, you can use the link in the description or on the pinned comment. This is easily one of my favorite Minecraft seeds I've found in a while. You spawn into the world near some elevated cherry grove terrain, almost forming a circle, but not quite. I actually like that it doesn't fully form a ring because you can easily create an entrance to the area here. The biggest reason I like this seed though is that we get a pillager outpost floating on the lake nearby too. I mean, it just looks really cool, but it's also great as it has 3 ally cages and 2 iron golem cages, plus the loot at the top of the tower too. On the complete opposite end of danger, there's also a village pretty close to spawn in the valley between the cherry grove and meadow biomes. So yeah, that's why this is one of my favorite Minecraft seeds I've found lately. This seed has a witch hut that generates in one of the most interesting places I've ever seen. It's up here on top of the woodland mansion at Y level 161. I'm not sure why the witch decided to live up here, but she definitely has a pretty great view at the world all around. The mansion itself is pretty cool too. I mostly think that because I like this natural bat cave type area generating here. But yeah, definitely an interesting place for a witch hut to generate. Why do you think the witch decided to live on top of the mansion? This is one of my favorite lake village seeds I have ever found. You spawn into the world here in a plains biome, and if you go south over the jagged peaks and snowy slopes, you can find the lake. There's 3 main reasons why I really like this one. The first being there's just a ton of buildings that stretch across the lake all around, which leads to the second reason being that it also connects to land in multiple spots for easy access. And the third reason I like this is just that it looks so incredible with the mountain backdrop. I'd personally terraform the mountains a bit to make it feel more atmospheric here, but even without any changes, this is still one of my favorite lake village seeds ever. I found this really big continent island seed. For reference, I usually find these about 2,000 to 3,000 blocks across, whereas this one is over 6,000 blocks across. So there's truly just a ton of space across this island. And across the island, you'll be able to find all different types of biomes, from hot biomes like the Mesa, to neutral biomes like the plains and forest, and the mountainous biomes too. Plus, there's tons of different structures across the island, like tons of villages, different temples, outposts, and 3 different strongholds underground, and ancient cities too. So truly just a ton of biomes and structures and space to explore across this huge continent. Now, for some more great Minecraft seeds that I found, check out one of the videos on screen, and check out this week's mystery seed that you can see on screen too. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it. I'm out of here, see ya.